What did you guys think about Abby and I being TikTokers?
There was some great comedy. We laughed a lot. You guys were cringy, man.
We doubted you every second of the way, just like your best friends should.
You had your puka shell necklace
And
your cutoff, and you run everywhere, and you let everyone know you were going to marry Abby.
Yeah.
And that was Matt.
We were going to have a party at our house that night,
Okay.
and we had started fighting in the kitchen, and people had started filing in. And Garrett's just like, it's fine, don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
They'll be done soon.
You punched me so hard in the chest, it like took the wind out of me.
I'm glad
Bro,
you said that because last time you said, it didn't even hurt, bro.
What's up,
dudes?
And welcome back to the Unplanned podcast.
Here we
I am
go.
joined by my college roommates, Garrett and Brendan. They were also my groomsmen in my wedding. I know you guys are probably going to roast me today, so I'm gearing up. I'm like bracing myself for the roast.
Thanks for being on our podcast.
This is your podcast.
This is now Garrett and Brendan's podcast.
I'm gonna be honest.
You
We
can take a back
started recording the podcast, and we were like, we don't really know what we're gonna talk about, so we had to like.
But it was unplanned.
It
You
was
guys,
unplanned.
here's the funny thing is they know Abby and I so well. They knew Abby and I before we were married. I met you freshman year.
Freshman year.
What was the first thing you remembered about like us meeting?
When I think about Matt, one of the first things I remember is Matt used to run everywhere on campus. Look outside randomly. He used to run everywhere. And his like reasoning was like, oh, it's more efficient. Like I'd rather use
Oh my gosh.
and like I'd look at our dorm and I'd be like, oh, there's Matt, like just running through campus, just like sprinting everywhere.
Wouldn't I be on my longboard though sometimes, like just booking it, like cooking?
Oh yeah.
Because my thing was I'm late for everything, and so I'd wait till like 2 minutes before class started and just sprint from the dorm, like just freaking take off. And people would actually go up to Abby and be like, "Is everything okay? Like I saw Matt running. I saw Matt running through campus today. He was like a dead sprint, and it looked like he was like in trouble." She's like, "Oh, he just runs like short distances."
Short distance.
Okay, that sums up like Abby's life. Like she's constantly explaining like, oh no, like Matt's cool, like he's okay.
Guys,
like,
there's a lot of stuff wrong with me. Okay.
you had your puka shell necklace
Oh gosh.
and your cutoff, and you run everywhere, and you let everyone know you were gonna marry Abby.
Yeah.
And that was Matt.
Yeah. And we've been dating for literally just a year.
Oh yeah.
After that.
Yeah. You guys were acting majors?
Acting majors. Yeah, that was before we switched, but we were both in the acting program.
Yep. Which makes sense.
Did I tell you guys that one time we did like a whole 4-hour class pretending to be apes? Like we walked around, and we were all like, hoo, 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 and like made all these ape noises. And we had to, in the acting class, the exercise was like pretending we were evolving from like monkeys to humans. And so it was like a 4-hour process.
Wow.
It was deep.
That's great.
It was deep.
I'm happy for you, man.
Brendan, what do you remember about the first time you met me?
Well, right now I'm questioning why we were ever friends. Because I did not know a lot of that information.
You just came back to me.
You just came for me so
Jeez.
hard.
Although I will
Well.
say, you sparked a memory that I'll have to get into later.
Okay, the
definitely
puka shell
I
necklace.
stole
I know
the
what you're
puka
thinking
shell
about.
necklace.
I know exactly what you're thinking about.
And that is a great story, but I'll tell that later.
Okay.
Anyways, so to preface, I went to the University of Arkansas first, and then I decided to try and do civil engineering, and I failed out. Which I disguise a lot better in interviews, but we're not
Mind
there.
you,
so-
Brendan's the only guy who's graduated from college at this very
in this
moment.
room, Brendan's. Who would have thunk it? I
Who
mean,
would've thought?
Brendan's the only guy in this room that's graduated college.
That's actually
Pending
really funny.
2024, pending May.
Hey,
I'm coming
this
up.
May, you're getting that freaking degree.
I'm in. I'm
Garrett.
locked in. Yep.
Okay.
So anyways, I had taken a semester off, went home and worked, and then I needed to find some roommates down at Missouri State. And so
No, I know what it was. I got a text message.
Yes.
And it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
this one dude, and I knew your sister from high school. And I was
Yes.
like, I know his sister, so like I guess he can live with us. Like me and my current roommate Garrett, like we were living in
needed-
dorms, like we need another
we were
guy
down
to
a
live
guy,
with us. And it meant cheaper rent because I negotiated. The rent was $1,000 for the house.
Whoa.
Dude, okay, hold up. Rent was $1,000 total each month for the house, and I talked Hinghwa down to $900. And so
But
then
why?
Okay,
Talk about
wait, hold
why.
up. Hold
Shout
up,
out
wait
to
a second.
Hinghwa.
My negotiation skills kicked in. So we all paid $225 because then we got Brendan to be a part of the group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But why? Why did you talk it down to 900?
I got this.
Okay.
So what we did is we decided to have Garrett work free every month, less than a month, to mow the yard, bring his trailer all the way out from Republic, Missouri, which is like 30, 45 minutes away. And then he'd come mow the lawn. It was great.
Yeah, we went to Missouri State University, by the way.
Saved me money.
Great place to go to school because, dude, tuition compared to other schools, like, cheap. I'm so thankful that we went to a cheaper state school. Because I hear horror stories of people going into crazy debt for college, and it scares the frick out of me,
It's scary, man.
Really, really scary.
Yeah.
But, dude, $225 for rent.
Nothing.
How the heck did we, like, that does not exist anymore.
No.
You cannot find anywhere in the United States to rent for $225.
No.
Period.
No.
That was insane.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a whole wall that we just marked up with signatures too.
We did. I wrote subscribe to Matt Navi on YouTube on the wall.
That was when you guys started, and we just roasted you guys every day. Like you guys,
the videos were so bad.
They were so bad.
They were horrible.
Ouch.
And people watched them. I don't know how you con people
It
into
was
watching
to
them.
make fun of
my
them.
parents- my
We
sweet
didn't
parents-
watch them because we liked you enough to not watch them.
My sweet parent, my mom and dad would share our YouTube videos to their Facebook friends.
Oh wow!
And so like we were getting 100 views each YouTube video, and it was like my mom and dad's Facebook friends watching our videos, and like in family, and I don't know, that was really it. And I remember, you guys definitely.
We're like,
probably thought it was weird for sure.
We're like, dude,
it was.
stop. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You're
Dude.
never going to make it. It'll never happen.
The funniest thing, though, is this was pre-Brendan, but the year that I got engaged to Abby, Garrett and I were living together in Florida. We were doing this leadership training camp, and we were there for, was it 7 weeks?
Like
6 weeks?
Yeah, somewhere.
But we had to find jobs, and Garrett and I were like, dude, we're going to make so much money while we're in Florida. Like, we were applying at these fancy restaurants. We're like, we're going to be servers. Oh, my gosh, because we were bussers.
Dude, we were bussers.
We were bussers at that fancy restaurant freshman year, and Abby was a cocktail waitress downstairs, and me and you were bussing tables. I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude.
And then our boss got, like, arrested for, like, something crazy. I don't even know if I can say that on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. So
it might get demonetized. So our boss at this restaurant got arrested.
Yep.
And we were bussers. But anyway, we started working at McDonald's together.
Yeah.
Because we could not find a job. I was so upset because I applied at probably 20 places, like these fancy restaurants. I thought we were gonna make bag. Yep. People that did this same summer leadership training were like, dude, you make bag. Like when you're down in Florida, like these restaurants, people are there on vacation.
People tip like crazy.
They're spending money. Bo told us, he was like, dude, I made so much money being a server. We're like, we're going to make so much money. And we get there and we get a job at McDonald's.
That's all we could get. We went everywhere. For the first 2 weeks, we had we woke up and like just scoured the internet for jobs.
Dude, we worked so hard to find a job.
Everyone else had a job.
Everybody.
And it was just you and I.
I remember at the time, okay, now this is not very much money, but at the time, and this was 2018, $15 an hour was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
And some of our friends got a job it was called like Fun Spot USA in like Orlando.
I was pissed.
That. I was pissed because they were getting paid $15 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And then we ended up, because the whole serving thing didn't work out, got a job at McDonald's, and I think it was at $9 an hour. I forget.
$9.
Yeah,
$9.25
I remember working overtime because I was like, okay, if I can do overtime over 40 hours a week, I'll get extra 50%. So I was getting paid.
Oh my gosh.
What's the math there? $13.50 an hour for working over 40 hours a week, and I did that because I was like, this is extra money. I'm trying to get married. I need money because I'm poor, and I want to provide for my wife, and I don't want to have to like rely on my parents.
Where did you sleep that summer?
Dude, I shared a king size bed with one of the guys that we were with. Did you sleep on the couch?
No,
where did you
slept
sleep?
in the other bedroom.
Okay, you were in a bed. You were one of the guys on the floor with like a little mat.
No. Okay. I was in the bed. The other guys were on the pull-out couch for like literally 9 weeks. Like it was like the tiniest mattress, and they made it work, man.
Dude,
it was cool.
That was
we were
crazy,
just crammed in there.
Crazy summer, and I remember being so tired because we'd all stay up late, and then we'd wake up at like 5 a.m. because we had to work at like 5:30.
We work with some great people, man.
We did, dude, and that gave me so much respect for fast food workers.
Seriously.
Like now when I go to a fast food restaurant, I'm like, your job is not easy.
Dude, no.
And thank you for this food because it's like, it's good and cheap. And I did not honestly, it was not the best at working. Like working at McDonald's is not very fun.
No. Especially at the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando.
Yeah, we were at the world's largest
like
McDonald's.
Multiple levels, like multiple kitchens. Like, dude, it was a madhouse.
People film YouTube videos there. Like, there's YouTube channels that are like spending the night at the world's largest McDonald's, 24 hours in the world's largest McDonald's. What if I went back, dude, and did that video and said hi to like the managers that we worked with?
It. I hope they're still there.
Okay.
So I
get engaged.
Yeah, you got engaged at Disney. Didn't invite me to go. You were the only guy to go, which, you know, I'm a little sad about.
Oh, yeah. Nobody was there for the engagement.
No one was there.
Did you guys want to be there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Would you guys have bought a ticket, though?
Probably.
Because I remember I was told by one of our listeners.
That's too much, dude.
I was told
getting like $9 an hour.
Yeah, we were getting paid $9 an hour.
That's like half my summer wages.
Yeah, dude.
There's no shot.
I remember I had the ring in my sock drawer the whole summer, and I was like, it was just like a lot of pressure, right? Because I was like, am I really doing this? Like, this is like the biggest decision of my life. And a week before Abby flew out to visit me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I called her parents and asked for their permission. What did you think about that? I know this is before you, Brendan, so sorry to keep you out of this, but what did you think about me, a 19-year-old that just turned 20? I was 19, and then like a couple days before I asked her to marry me, I turned 20. What did you think about that?
Dude, it was wild.
Did you think I was stupid for doing that?
I don't know. I think it was like, I known you for a little bit before, and I know how much you loved Abby, and like how like committed you were to her, and like that process. Like, you had the vision for like your guys' life together. And so I could get behind that. Everyone else was like, you're crazy.
This episode is sponsored by one of our all-time favorite baby brands, Dreamland Baby. Both of our babies use their dream-weighted sleep sack every single night and nap. They are amazing.
And actually, at the time that we're filming this, they're both asleep in their Dreamland Baby sleep sacks. They're the best.
I would not dare put them down to sleep of any kind without that sack on. It allows for deeper sleep for your baby because they fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. And you guys, the number one issue for a new parent to face is lack of sleep. I mean, it
wrecks you.
Wrecks your mood, wrecks your, honestly, just... when you don't get sleep, it's really hard to function. And so you're getting better sleep, your baby's getting better sleep, the whole family's happier and feeling better. They're made out of quality materials too, you guys. They're so soft, they hold up after several washes. We've used the same sleep sack from our first to our second. It's gone through 2 babies and it's still in great condition.
And they make really great gifts, you guys. We give these out as gifts all the time to friends and family. Whenever someone's having a baby, it's like, I already know the perfect gift.
I know, I've given a lot of sleep sacks out. And the reason why they work so well is because they're made with Cover Calm technology, so it evenly distributes weight from the shoulders to their toes, and that's exclusive to Dreamland Baby's weighted products. So you really need one, or someone in your life probably needs one that has a little baby.
Yeah, if you don't have a baby, you probably know somebody with a baby, and just go ahead and get them one. They'll thank you later.
Yes, and go to dreamlandbabyco.com and enter our code UNPLANNED at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide and free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers.
Back to the episode.
People talked about it. They're like, wow, I can't believe you just went and did that.
Well, yeah, what were the conversations like? Because I wasn't obviously in those inside conversations.
Well, did you like ask permission to like go do that?
I forget what I did because the program we were with, like, dude, I kind of got frustrated because I was there with my fiance in Disney World, and at like 9 o'clock they're like, curfew's at 10, you need to head home right now. And we're like, or no, I think we had to leave at like 7 or 7 or 8. And I was like, can we not like stay to watch the fireworks? Like, it kind of sucked. So we had to come back for curfew.
Dang, I didn't know that.
And yeah, I don't know. That sucked. But
I remember that was the conversation of like, oh wow, you just like went and did this. Like,
I
didn't
did,
even, like,
and
talk to anyone.
We didn't have any of Abby's family there. My family wasn't there.
Right.
But also, we couldn't have afforded to like fly anybody out.
You had the necklace on though that day.
I had the puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed that puka shell. I think it broke.
Really?
I think we need to throw up a picture of it. I used to wear it every day freshman year of college.
Yep.
Oh, that was my necklace. I got it in Florida in like 8th grade, and it was special to me.
That was awesome. So yeah, you get engaged. And then
then I got a concussion. I freaking got in a oh my gosh. We're gonna talk about my fights, but like I got in like a wrestling match with this kid. He used to wrestle, and he freaking broke the rules and threw my head into the side of a drawer, and I literally got a concussion from that because he like took my head and whack like right into the drawer. And immediately, like I was like blacking out, like stumbling.
No one thought you everyone thought you were like kind of like like making it more.
Oh, really?
Like you were trying to sell it.
You guys thought I was trying to sell something?
Everyone did. And I was like, I don't know, dude. That was kind of.
Yeah.
So that was actually the first time that I actually talked to Matt on the phone.
Really?
That's where you come into play.
Wait, is that when we met? Did I have a concussion
Matt
when we met?
doesn't remember it.
I don't remember it. So we talked.
Nor did he provide any information that was helpful at all.
Because I had to call in McDonald's. I was like, hey guys, I'm so sorry. I just got diagnosed with a concussion. Like I need to.
Wait,
I forget
you
it was
got
like
diagnosed.
I went to a doctor.
No way.
And they told me, they're like, yeah, there's not a lot we can do, but you should just like stay in a dark room for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So I think I missed work
You
for
wore
like 2
glasses all the time.
Yeah, I wore sunglasses everywhere, but I stayed in a dark room for a couple of days with that concussion, and then I guess that's when we first talked, Brendan.
Yeah, I talked to you on the phone right after you had gotten the concussion. It didn't sound good.
What do you remember from that conversation? Do you remember anything?
I was asking information. I was like, all right, where are we living next year? And then I was asking like, how do I get in contact with the landlord? Because I was like visiting Springfield, because I'd never been to Springfield before. I'd always driven through it. And so I was actually going to see where I was living, because I was just signed up for it without paying attention. And then I actually went, I put all my stuff in there, and then I went backpacking.
Yeah.
But that was like right when I was calling you, just trying to figure out where I was going. And you were not helpful at all.
Yeah. Dude, can we talk about how the first like month Brendan lived at our house, he didn't have a bed. Wait, okay, was it a sleeping bag on the floor, or did you have a mattress at least?
So I didn't have a mattress, so I ordered a mattress from Sam's, and it took 3 weeks to get in. So for the first 3 weeks, I was sleeping on I think I slept on the couches to start.
Yeah.
And then he had a cot, so Garrett had a cot.
did.
So
I forgot about that.
He picked up the cot from his parents' house, and then I slept on the cot, which was kind of hard. So I kind of alternated between couch and cot for my back.
Wait, the couch though, dude.
Can we back this up?
Okay,
hold on.
What?
We met Brendan the day he moved in. Like,
Yes.
Right.
Like you
We
talked to him
never
on the
knew this
phone,
dude.
had no clue who you were. Like literally met you the day you come straight from Colorado.
Yeah, I had just gotten back. I literally got back, drove like 9.5 hours that day, or no, like 12 hours that day, because we came from like Boulder, Colorado, is where we stayed. And I got back, and right as I got back, I met Garrett, met Matt, and they're like, hey, we're about to go to this thing. And so I'm like, well, I'll come. And so I hopped in a random car and ended up going wherever they went for that whole entire night. And we were out for till 1 a.m.
You're a
that
very
night.
social person. And that's something that I love about you, Brendan, is you will just talk to anybody and be anybody's friend, and you make friends so quickly. You do. You're just so social.
It's a superpower.
Like today on the slopes, bro, everybody we ran into, you just had a full-on conversation with them.
Oh, yeah.
And like one dude I just randomly started talking to briefly, and then I found out that he was like a contractor, and you're like, oh, I'm also in like construction management. And then you had like a 15-minute conversation with that dude. So I love that.
Yeah, that dude was kind of cool, though.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah.
And he had the fanny pack that looked like a belly. So then when you saw his belly, it looked like
that guy?
It was that guy.
I didn't see his
the
stomach.
fanny pack guy on the mountain. That was the coolest fanny pack ever, because it literally looked like he had a hairy belly, but it was just a fanny pack.
I thought he stole mine for a second.
So
awesome.
okay, we move in, and the first thing was this ugly couch. It smelled. It was this massive sectional.
Nasty.
And you guys were like, let's this thing needs to be taken to the dump. Like, let's get rid of it. But I was like, guys, wait a second. I know this thing. It's called Facebook Marketplace. We can list this couch for like, let's just say $200. I know that's being like crazy, but let's just say $200. You have to pick it up and see what happens. And bro, remember this? My phone blew up. Everybody wanted this couch.
Blew up.
And I was like, wait a second, we could like maybe even use this money to buy a TV. So then the lady that ended up getting it, or the guy that got it, they ended up offering $250 because they wanted the sectional so bad. Jeez. And then we used that and we bought that flat screen, which I think Garrett still has.
I still have that in my house.
Really? Is that your TV?
That's our TV.
We got the TV.
That's Garrett's TV,
Let's
man.
go.
It's awesome. We love it.
That's hilarious. You guys,
Great TV.
You guys bought us out on the stock on that.
We
right?
did.
Yeah.
We did. Yep. You moved out. I got your shares.
No, and you got and
No,
you got
I gave you my shares.
You
I
gave
didn't
me my
care.
shares,
Care.
yeah.
It is
And I-
devalued by that point.
And another thing is I had those bull horns in our house.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got those from my great grandpa. He
Yep.
was a farmer. He had these massive bull horns. And like I don't know. I like to go to the country and maybe like fish a little and maybe shoot some clay pigeons. But I'm not like a country boy. You're a country boy. Yeah. So I was like, Garrett, you can have these bull horns.
They're
from my
above
grandpa.
my desk
and you
right
still
now.
have the bull
I still
horns.
got 'em,
You
dude.
got the bull horns.
Did you ever put them on your truck?
No, I need to.
That would have been sick. Yeah. That would have been too much, but it would have been sick.
It would have been excessive. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of sentimental to you, so I didn't want them like out in the weather. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. No, it's good. I mean, like, I don't have any use for bullhorns at my house personally. Sure. I'm not somebody that's gonna put like a deer head up in here or anything like that. But I know I'm glad that you have them. Yeah, and my grandpa would be happy.
Think about you a lot. Every time I see those horns, I think.
No way. Yeah. Actually,
no.
Okay.
he actually gets pretty horny when he sees them.
Okay, that is okay. Hey, this is a PG podcast, Brendan. PG. You can please tone it down.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Dude, I remember Brendan would eat off of paper plates because he didn't want to do dishes.
The amount of fights in our house was unreal.
Okay, let's talk about let's clear the air. Let's open up the discussion. So, what did we fight about? Because I remember Brendan would just like use dishes, throw them in the sink, and be like, I use paper plates. I'm like, Brendan, you're still using forks. Clean your freaking dishes, dude.
And cups.
Remember that?
You use cups all the time, dude.
And never did dishes.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bad.
You didn't want to do dishes so bad that the Google Home Mini that I have in my house still is like, I got that because of you, because you didn't want to do dishes so bad. You told me, hey Matt, I will literally give you my Google Home Mini if you do dishes for me. And so I started doing them. And then I guess you had to backpedal though, because Abby told you like the same day or something that she had already bought that for me as a gift for like my birthday or something.
Yeah. So then I got Matt to do my dishes for free.
That's right. I think I forget what the agreement was. I don't know why.
Well, I tried to get you to do my dishes, and then I think I got you to do my dishes, but then I didn't have to give you anything, so it was great. It worked out for me.
I remember Brendan got so petty at one point. He literally would stomp to his room, slam the door, put his head in the pillow. Mad.
I thought it was funny. Okay, now we're roasting Brendan. I feel bad.
I'm not cool.
This has turned into the roast of Brendan McKenna. Brendan, you always knew when he took his ADHD medicine because his room would be spotless.
And then literally like 24 hours later, a bomb went off.
But you guys, like, I was so clean. Was I not so clean at our house? I was always keeping it clean.
No.
Was I not?
You were only clean because Abby came over every day.
That's a fact.
Dude, I cleaned like crazy. Are you kidding me?
Because Abby came over
when we were roommates, bro, I was vacuuming like crazy, bro.
Because you had a woman in your life.
Well, yeah, I wanted Abby to like.
And you didn't
want
her
to get married yet. So you were still putting your first, you were putting your best out there, you know?
That's true.
You were like, okay, I'm gonna be on
this. You were
at
a different level.
Yeah, you were like, you had a lot going on in your life. You were trying to figure out how you were gonna do this and that. Like, you were like on it, dude.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. A very common misconception that I hear all the time regarding relationships is that it needs to be easy. It needs to be basically like a romantic comedy for it to be the right relationship.
But that is not real life.
No.
At all. We piss each other off. Can we just be honest?
Let's just be honest.
It happens. I feel like right before this podcast, there was some tension. And you know what? We work through it because that's what couples do.
Yeah, relationships are like a muscle and you got to exercise it. You got to strengthen it. And a great way to strengthen your relationship is through therapy.
Relationships just take work, period.
Yeah, they give you tools to communicate better with your person. And that is literally probably the most common issue in a relationship is communication problems. So
yes,
if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. It can be hard to go in person to a therapist, but BetterHelp makes it so convenient for you. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with the licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/unplannedpodcast today to get 10% off your first month. That's help, HELP.com/unplanned podcast.
Back to the episode. What did you think about that, Brendan? That I was a 20-year-old engaged to be married. You're not currently dating anybody at the time. Garrett's not dating anybody, and you're like, this roommate of mine is literally getting married. What was that like?
What I thought at the time was, I was like, I get what you're doing. I think it's very difficult to like provide for your family, because I think you were right in the sense of wanting to make sure that you could provide for Abby.
Yeah.
Because usually I would discourage someone if they're not gonna start paying your own tuition.
Yeah. Right.
And paying for like your insurance and getting off your parents' phone plan. Right. Because I feel like that's just respecting your parents in that sense, because they should have a say in your life if you're getting money from them.
Yeah.
To an extent, especially in that sense.
No, and that's exactly why I worked the whole time I was in college, because I was like, I want to be independent.
And so for that fact, I was like, I mean, if you want to do that, that's tough.
Did that get annoying?
But go
though?
for it.
Because I was pretty cheap. Like I think I was probably the cheapest ever the year that you guys lived with me, because I was about to get married and I wanted to.
You penny pinched everything.
Yeah.
And me and Garrett would just roll our eyes.
You guys,
dude,
I remember one time.
Dave Ramsey fangirl. Like, you were all about it. Like,
yes.
Which, awesome. I love it, dude. You were fired up about it. And it obviously worked. I mean, you guys, I remember you guys bought your first car, that Ford.
Oh my God.
Yes, we shared a car because
you guys shared it. Yeah.
We shared it and found a restaurant that could hire both of us.
Yeah. And you guys would work all the time and share the car.
And they wouldn't share their leftovers. Like,
Abby made really good food.
She made really good food,
dude.
And I'd be sitting there like a dog waiting for, at the edge of the table waiting for them to give me food, and they wouldn't give me any. It was terrible. They put it in there.
She would cook for you guys though.
Occasionally, but you guys cooked every day, so this is an everyday thing where it's just like they have wonderful food, and I'm sitting here like, dang, all I got is ramen because I'm lazy. And
bro, you ate so much ramen. Yeah. And Garrett would eat peas mixed with mac and cheese.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
Hey,
and you'd leave it in the
recipe.
pot. I knew that you were cooking when or that you had made yourself food, because I'd open up the fridge and there's just like a random pot uncovered with mac and cheese and peas inside.
With a fork in it.
Yes.
Half eaten.
Yes.
Thankfully,
exactly.
I grew out of that stage. Thankfully.
But you still don't finish your
Karen
food.
knocked that out
Garrett
real
never
quick.
finished his food.
Here's the deal. I don't eat a lot of food at one sitting. I eat a lot of food on a bunch of different sittings. A little food over a bunch.
I don't understand that.
I don't know, dude.
No, I'm saying because I don't.
I don't have a lot of food.
What do people not know about Abby and I?
I don't know. My favorite thing about Abby is arguing with Abby.
Oh, yeah.
like
Wait, did you guys get into a fight about gun control? Because you were like, Abby was arguing that we should get
maybe
rid
at
of
some
guns.
point. I usually play devil's advocate on that one.
For sure.
The one I clearly remember arguing with Abby and having a blast arguing about it was like whether you should discipline your kids.
Oh, spanking. Abby does not like spanking at all.
Abby was definitely not for like hitting your kids whatsoever. I think there's a right time to hit your kids. And especially me as a child. Shout out to Leslie. She did a great job.
You're glad,
making sure.
You're glad that your mother Leslie spanked you as a kid.
She needed to. I was terrible.
Dude, you know what's crazy with spanking is it's considered abuse if you don't spank in the proper way. So it has to be on the butt, and it can't be anywhere else. And you can't use an object. You can't use a belt or a stick. It has to be your hand. And there's all these rules for it. Or
is that recent?
No, it's real. It's just in our legal system. Obviously,
When
there's people who
start?
there's probably stuff that goes unreported and people never prosecute their parents. But it's literally a thing where you have to use.
When did that? What state law is that? And which states is?
Okay, to be honest, Abby told me this, so I'm assuming that she got this from a reliable
I guess
source.
I need to figure out what state I live in.
Yeah.
But dude,
Come on, Tennessee, let's get it.
But it makes sense. But when you think about it, it's wow. I mean, there's a line. There's parents that truly do abuse their kids, and there's parents that spank.
And that is a big thing. So one of the things.
But you think spanking is okay?
So I do, but here's the thing that my mom did.
Canceled.
Canceled.
No, so here's the thing that my mom did, where she was actually, I think she was very wise for doing this. Is what she would do is she would sit down, because she'd get angry at me. She'd send me to my room, and that's when I would get extra layers of pants on because I knew it was coming. Put on the cargo shorts. Anyways, but she would sit down and she'd have actually a quiet time. And then she would eventually calm me down, and she'd very calmly be like, I'm punishing you because I love you. Okay. And I'm not doing this because I hate you in any way. So I always felt loved when I was getting spanked. So I knew it was.
What are Abby's
So she wasn't
stances
yelling.
on this?
So it wasn't I'm so mad at you. Bro, what?
So
it
Abby
wasn't a
actually
rage.
conceded on this argument in that sense, because she's like, okay, that actually makes sense.
Because, dude, one time I was on a plane and this mom was getting so mad at her kids, and I almost said something, dude, because it was borderline abuse. I heard, stop it right now, and just whack, whack. I could just hear it, and this kid's ah, and it was that sounded weird.
Yeah, what was that?
But I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like when
it was scary.
When Abby spanks
and
you?
then I just started dude, I felt so uncomfortable, but I was I need to glare at her. I want her to know that this is not okay. And it didn't happen again, but it was I don't know. It was uncomfortable. So I'm glad that your mom.
That when you hit your kid in anger, I think it's scarring.
Oh,
because they feel that anger, and that but at the same time, I can also understand that being a parent is incredibly difficult.
Oh, yes.
And if your kid's about to touch a stove, hit that kid, get them out. Like, keep them from touching the stove because they're going to burn themselves. So it's like, it's tough. It's tough in that sense because, like, I know, like, if you have 3 kids and you're in a supermarket, like, obviously you shouldn't hit your kids, but, like, sometimes you have a tough moment.
You guys would be so surprised. Griffin is incredibly smart. He's 18 months old, and he's known for probably 6 months now what the word no means. Like, he'll look at me, he'll be over by a power outlet, like, wants to put his fingers in it, right? And I go, no. And I'm like, I have to be firm with him because I want him to know it's not okay. And he'll giggle at me, he'll smile, he'll be like, because he's trying to play with me.
Right.
And I'm like, no, Griffin, no. And I have to be firm. It's like sad, but I want him to know that I'm not joking. It's not, I'm not being funny. I love him. I don't want him to get hurt. And so it's crazy to me though. Like, I understand like where you're coming from, but kids really understand things. Like, they're very, very smart. Griffin can understand full conversations that I have with Abby. Like, he's a really, really intelligent kid. They just don't have the skills yet to like verbalize their needs the best. He can use like one word responses, but he really understands language. And that's what's crazy about kids, dude, even at a young age.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So you and Abby used to fight, man. I mean, argue.
Oh, yeah, we'd argue about stupid
like
things,
all
too.
the time.
What's funny is sometimes I would zone out. Like, I would be thinking about something or I'd be like busy, and Abby would come over and you and Abby would just talk for hours. Like, you know, like Abby's.
But that's Brendan, though.
That's
like,
Brendan.
he'll talk to anyone about anything.
I just like asking people questions, and I enjoy having siblings to argue with. So, like, anybody that will, you know, interact in an argument is fun.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like hostile, obviously.
Which was a point of contention in our house. I feel like all of us are relatively, you know,
argumentative.
We can argument.
We have strong opinions.
We have strong opinions.
We're not willing just to be like, oh, it's okay. You know, we can just like we'll stick up for what we believe in.
We're all like relatively literate and like can formulate an argument.
No, I disagree. You're an idiot, Garrett.
What did you say, bro, before the podcast? You were like, Matt, you're the stupidest smart person I know. What do you mean by that?
So you are like oblivious to like a mass majority of things, but I feel like you're hyper focused on things that you care about.
Okay.
So like you're very intelligent and you'll go on these like rabbit hole like searches and like these little things. Like, okay, for the first year that we met, it was in 95, so it was in the house. You went on like a 6-month research project for whey protein.
Yes.
You were fired up on protein.
I wrote a speech on it in my debate class.
I was like,
in my speech class, yeah.
I didn't really care, so I had to like listen to you like talk about all the intricacies of like what protein is good and what isn't, and I was like, cool. So
just go to the gym.
Now you don't even like take protein. It doesn't even matter.
I take protein now, but I realized I was like, wait a second,
dude. Look at me.
If I would have just taken all the time I spent researching freaking protein and just worked out instead, I would have been massive, dude. I would have been so yoked.
Right.
So that was, but you're right. I did. So that you thought that was kind of like silly that I got like deep into that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I was just like, why does this matter? Like, just go work out. I was like, sure, like maybe if you're like competing or like, I don't know, maybe you could catch like a little bit of an edge, but like, I don't know, you weren't. So
yeah.
So here's
Brendan, what's your take on that, dude?
Here's another example of Matt being oblivious.
Okay.
So like when I first got there and I first met Matt loved, like, me and Matt talked all the time, and I was like, this is great. Like, I haven't had friends in a while. Finally, I have a friend. I'm making friends really fast because I'm in a new place. I don't know anybody. But I know Matt. And so we hang out all the time. And we do that for like 2 or 3 months. That's how we became like great friends. And then the 3rd month hit, and I was like, I'm kind of tired of talking this much because we just kept going and going and going.
All the time.
And then I realized that as I stopped talking because I was tired of talking, Matt kept talking. And he would come to my room and be like, Brendan, you want to talk about this? And I'd be like, when he doesn't shut up.
Dude, you're sparking some memories right now. Like, you guys used to talk for hours.
Really? We did?
Like,
all the time.
yes.
We were just there always hanging out.
Well, this is how within.
What did we talk about? Why can I not remember this?
Because it didn't matter. You guys just like to talk about anything all the time. And it was so annoying. And my doors at the time were like these tiny little folding doors, so I could hear everything.
Your room wasn't even a room, bro.
It wasn't even a room.
It was a 3-bedroom house, and you were in whatever that room was.
I was like in a sunroom thing.
And you had a heater because it got really freaking cold in there.
It was awful, dude.
And so then I'd be like, Garrett, I can't talk to him anymore. He keeps talking to me. And so I'd like.
That's coming from you too, by the way.
Oh, I know, and I talk a lot. So I had to. So what I ended up doing is I ended up just getting out of the house because if I was out of the house, Matt wouldn't find me. Okay. So then I would come back and then we'd be friends again. But I had to like get my space.
That's when Brendan found out what girls were. and he started talking to girls a lot.
There we go.
That's actually when I met my wife.
Actually?
Really?
Technically, yeah.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
No way.
But she didn't like me.
Oh, she didn't like. This portion of today's episode is sponsored by ShipStation.
One of my goals for 2024 was to wear cute jammies. Have I been doing that, by the way?
Yes, you have.
They've
You've
gotten
been doing
cuter.
a better job.
I've been shopping a lot, and I actually entirely abandoned one order that I had for jammies.
Really?
Because of the shipping.
Actually, so you just left the order in the cart and didn't even purchase it.
It was going to take like 15 days, and it was also expensive.
My gosh.
So I was like, it's not for me. It's just not meant to be. And I think that is something that really matters a lot to me as a customer is fast and affordable shipping. I think Prime has ruined us all.
Yes. Yes.
So now I'm like, it's just not meant for me.
Yeah, we expect it immediately now with everyone giving quick shipping. So 15 days, it's like, yeah, I'm good.
And
I'm not going to wait that long.
Exactly. And that's why ShipStation is an amazing tool if you have an e-commerce small business, because it easily automates your shipping tasks and helps manage orders in one simple dashboard for you. So you can make shipping super easy and affordable for your customers. ShipStation is actually the most affordable way to ship everything you sell online, with over 130,000 companies growing their e-commerce business with ShipStation.
Holy cow, that is a lot of companies.
It's a lot. Wow. It helps you simplify and automate your shipping no matter how big your business grows. Whether you're selling candles, jammies, I don't know, something that men like. What do men like?
Aftershave.
It's super easy for you guys to use, and plus they have a free trial and really quick setup, so it's easy to try things out before you commit fully to get started right away. Optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Use promo code Unplanned today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code Unplanned.
Now back to the episode.
Wait, did Abby actually like you at first?
That's a good question.
Did Abby like me at first?
Yeah, because I thought she didn't.
So she had a crush on me when I think we were in middle school. And I ended up I started crushing on her my senior year of high school, but she had never told me that she liked me. And so then everything worked out after that.
Wow.
But yeah, so it just
Did you like her at first?
At first I didn't. I just saw her as a friend. And I just thought she was really cute and pretty and sweet and fun to talk to. And so asked her out. But what was funny though is we lived in a house with all guys, and then Abby, who lived in a house with her friend Kara, who's now your wife, Garrett, which is kind of crazy. So
awesome.
Small world.
Yeah.
They lived in another house called the Goop Coop.
The Goop.
And the Goop Coop was all women, all living together, all these, best friends. And so they had their house and we had our house, and it was funny because we were just we'd take turns being at each other's houses. They'd be over at our house, all hanging out, talking, eating food, whatever, and then we'd go over there and hang out and play games.
It was a blast, dude. We had parties and we would do movie nights.
We threw some big parties.
We did, dude.
We had some big sober parties at our house.
Yeah.
Remember the floor?
Unfortunately.
Dude, we can say this now. We can say this now that we don't live there, but I thought we were going to break the floor.
Oh yeah.
I've seen videos,
wobble.
bro. I've seen videos of college kids literally breaking a floor in half and people falling through to the basement. And I thought that was gonna be our house.
Our
now,
floors
luckily,
were bending. You could feel them shaking.
And we didn't have a basement, but there was a crawl space. So I was we're gonna fall 5-6 feet down.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had. Was it 100 people in our? Maybe not 100 people.
I would
but
say 100 people made it in our house.
Dude, it was
because
we
were right next to
crazy.
campus. We were throwing a campus outreach event.
Yeah, and we just had so many freshmen, sophomores, just everyone coming over, and the music was pumping. We had some crazy Halloween parties.
Oh yeah, everyone dressed up. So your wife and my now wife, would dress up as men. They would dress up as the founding fathers and what else?
No, they did rappers.
They did
rappers.
They did Oompa Loompas. They did the founding fathers. But dude, when they dressed up as guys, bro, it really freaked me out.
It was hard
because I saw
Abby's good-looking guys.
Abby's a Abby is a pretty woman, but then she's tatted up in a wife beater and just it did not freaked me out.
Compute.
I did not like that.
That's whenever my now wife, I just was I'm out. I'm not. We're for sure friends. This is not.
And Abby's why do you not think it's funny? I'm you look like a dude.
Yeah, it was hard to compute.
We got lucky that we didn't break the floor. We truly are lucky that didn't happen.
Yeah,
because who would have paid for that too?
Yeah,
the house was so weird. There was a statue of a man with a beard.
Wait, yes.
That was I don't know how big was it. It was like this. It probably weighed as much
The
as
landlord
I
carved
did.
it, I think.
Yeah, I think he was a sculptor.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like it was like a man's head.
He was. I think he was a professor at Missouri State at one point, and he like sculpted that head. And remember the roof? We would like get on the roof, and I think we had some cigar nights sometimes because like none of us were 21, so it was like let's have cigars. That's legal for us. So we're like doing cigar nights, and our other
roommate, not to mention
Other roommate.
because we love him.
We love him
Wait, can I just say our other roommate would just be like naked in our house
all the time. Our landlord would come over and he would be in his underwear and he would like just go up and give her a hug. Like,
He'd be like, "Here's rent, Hingwa.
here's rent, sweetheart."
Don't fall for me."
She's like, oh
Did you
my
guys
gosh.
pay rent cash or check? How did you guys do your rent? Because I did it. I did a check. I think is what I
did it all
I
at
did
once,
check,
ahead of time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was $225 a
Yeah,
month.
that's a fact. Yeah.
I paid my semester.
Bro, I'm so many things have came out about how horrible vaping is for you, and I am so glad that our other roommate did not convince me to start vaping, because like for a while I was like, oh, it's just vapor, it's just fine, like this looks kind of fun. We all hotboxed once in the car with the vape.
I don't
We're all like
remember
vape. Yes, we all
Maddie
like,
smokes like
Yeah.
an episode.
Oh, yes.
Like,
it was like
50 Nick, bro.
50 Nick, bro.
I think you guys were big into watching Cody Co for a little bit,
yeah.
and then so we were watching that, and then like Maddie Smokes came up. We're like, we'll go do Maddie Smokes, but with the vape in the car. And I'm like,
That was their video.
That was
oh
the
really?
video.
The hotboxing?
I don't know if
See,
we
this
repeated
is
that.
like what I'm talking about. Like you like you're oblivious to certain things, and I'm like, your job is social media and videos. Like, I do not know this. Like, Cody Co's huge. Like,
I don't think we ever made those, like, did that. I think you just thought about doing that.
I think we did.
No, we hotboxed once. Maybe
one
you weren't
night
there,
we
Brendan.
You
guys
guys
did-
hot box with a vape, and we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I remember.
yeah.
I'm not going to get into details, but I remember once. It was before I got married. I got permission from Abby, but I wanted to try a substance of some sort, and it became a huge controversy in our house, and it got so out of hand that Brendan and I got into a fight.
Maybe.
Do you remember this, Brendan?
We may or may not have gotten to a fight.
Bro, I remember
Allegedly.
you punched me so hard in the chest, it like took the wind out of me.
Okay, I'm glad
Bro,
you said that
yeah.
because last time you said that, you said it didn't even hurt, bro.
Bro, let's be honest, dude. You wrestled in high school. You're like
Yes.
a big dude. Like, bro.
yeah.
So we fought several times.
Oh, we'd wrestle. Yeah, we'd wrestle.
Matt always wanted to wrestle me.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted to get better.
Toughen myself
He wanted to get
up.
better, just like better himself in UFC. I guess he watched a bit. Right. I don't know. So he would wrestle me. He would challenge me.
Bad idea.
And my favorite one, because a lot of them happened, there was the fight one, which
Yes.
wasn't as funny at the time because I definitely aimed for your chest instead of your face because I was like, I'm in his wedding. I will not be in his wedding if I hit him in the face.
You would have broken my nose for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you punched me as hard as you possibly could.
But my favorite
That
one
was
that's
like-
the most comical one is we were gonna have a party at our house that night.
Okay.
And we had started fighting in the kitchen and people had started filing in.
Wait, already? When we were fighting?
People
And
came
they walk
early.
in,
Yeah.
And they walk in. And so when Matt would wrestle me, he would get angry because that's how he'd actually
Yeah.
like fight and get better. But he was mad at me and like maybe cussing me out at the time.
For sure.
As
You were
I was
pissed.
choking him out, trying to get him to tap, and people are walking into our house, and Garrett's just like, "It's fine, don't worry,
Don't worry about it. Like, this happens, you know.
I don't remember that. I
It's
remember
not personal.
people walked in.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be done soon." It was so funny.
I was like, yeah, so how are you guys doing? And you guys are just getting
And I'm
after
sitting
it.
there
in the back.
choking out. I'm pretty calm because I'm very used to being in a fight. And you're like,
Dude, you were pissed. Like, your face was red. Like, you were mad.
well, that may have been because I was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Put
oh,
him
yeah,
in a
she
rear
getting-
naked
she getting
choke.
choked out, you know?
I remember you guys almost like broke a door. Like you, we
I
had
don't
to
know.
like, yes. yeah,
There's a lot of things that almost broke in that house.
yeah.
It was a good time.
It was a good house, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun, and yep. And then
We're
you guys
so,
got
dude, we were
married.
so young. Bro, you were 19. I was
Yeah.
20. Brendan, were you 20 at the time?
I was 21,
When did you turn 21?
July 14th. So the summer before I moved in.
Dude, I remember.
Shout out to Mo Hill.
It's funny though, because I remember like this is before, like I didn't really drink in college, but I remember every once in a while you guys had like some beer in the fridge. And so every once in a while,
I paid for all the beer in the fridge, and the beer may or may not have disappeared by sources unknown. Garrett.
But like sometimes I'd be studying and I'd be like, maybe I just want to have a cold Busch Light, you know? And so like every once in a while, you know.
You stole it too?
Well, no, I asked for permission first.
Oh.
I was not 19 at the time. Was I 19?
Dude, your birthday's in May. You were 19.
April.
It's in April, yeah.
What? You didn't turn till 2021 until the COVID year, which is a good time.
So you're outing me as an underage drinker. That's
no, it never happened.
Arrest him.
Yeah.
Can we get this kid arrested?
Cancel me right now.
It was
He's
only
now
root
24
beer
years
and
old.
non-alcoholic beer.
That's
because
great.
that's what I drink.
I hope my employer sees this. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's you guys have real jobs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. And futures. So my kids are gonna watch this.
Yeah, good luck with them. Yeah.
What was the most annoying thing that I did when you guys lived with me?
Singing. Singing while doing dishes.
All the time.
Did I really sing that much?
Oh, yes.
And you whistled, right, too?
I think I whistled. My great grandpa used to whistle a lot, so I whistled too.
Because you
That's what it
explained
was.
that every time you whistled.
Every time you whistled.
I'd be like, are you whistling? And then you're like, oh, yeah, my great grandpa told me how to whistle. Every time.
Like, yeah, we get it. Shut up. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Okay. What do you guys? So singing. What do you guys think about? I've been releasing music. What do you guys think about the songs?
Your voice is high.
My voice is high.
But that's actually gotten better.
Dude, oh, you think it's gotten better? The music's gotten better?
It's giving Troy Bolton for sure.
It's giving Troy Bolton?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you need to lean into it, man. I think you got a thing
going.
going.
I kind of want to. I think it'd be fun to just play into it more and just like recreate like Troy Bolton moments.
Oh yeah.
But like to my songs.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of funny.
But I will say, with your writing, you're setting a precedent that no guy can follow. Because you are sending out love songs like nobody's business.
Oh, so I should pivot. You think I should do a different...
One every 10 years.
Okay.
Not one every 6 months.
Ooh, okay. So not some... What type of music should I write, Brendan? What do you
Screamo.
think? Oh, okay.
100% Screamo. I think it'll really... Abby will really like it.
No, your audience loves it, man. They're all about that. Yep.
Thanks, dude.
Screamo.
I also think you can rap.
Oh, gosh.
I do not rap. I can tell you that right now. I do not. That's funny that you guys remember me
could be the
singing
next
because like
Logic.
I'll be honest, I don't remember singing at all.
All the
I
time.
thought I just like took a
not
break
Logic.
from it. Did I play guitar at all too, like in the house ever, or was it just mainly singing?
Because you would. You would practice all the time.
Did you guys get annoyed? I think you guys got annoyed with me because of the air conditioning. Because I always was getting on you guys about utilities.
Yeah, our utilities are like 120.
Well, I was trying to keep them under 200
That's per guy.
one time it got up to like 300, and
Yeah.
I was mad because I think it was because of our other roommate keeping the window open when it was like 100 degrees outside, and he turned the AC down into the 60s.
Yeah.
I just remember when you tried to sit down with our other roommate and try and like tell him something, and he would not listen to you.
No. He thought it was a joke. He just laughed at you.
You'd put your hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey man, I'm trying to get married. I'm broke."
He did not care.
No.
Did not care at all.
Which we didn't really either.
This portion of today's episode is sponsored by Curology. I used to have really bad acne and I was very insecure about it. And then a friend of mine in college told me, hey, you should check out this thing called Curology. I actually have before and after photos of my acne. And if you look at what it used to look like, it was not good. I didn't know what I was doing. So they suggested all these face washes and moisturizers and all these products that I could use to take care of my skin and clear out my acne. And it worked for me. So I'm super thankful to them.
Yeah, you actually sold me. It was actually right before we got married. We were engaged when you got Curology, and then I also got Curology.
Yep.
It really changed our skin's surface.
My skin was bad.
Curology's personalized prescriptions are formulated to treat your individual needs. Like your bottle will literally say, for Abby or whatever your name is, from acne to the earliest signs of aging. And a clinical trial of 150 Curology patients, 9 out of 10 patients saw an improvement in their acne in just 3 weeks. And it's easy. Just fill out a quiz about your skin, share photos, and a provider will prescribe a personalized formula based on your skin's unique needs. Products are shipped directly to your door every 2 months. For a limited time, you could get your first Curology skincare box for just $5. Wait, that's insane. When you go to Curology.com/unplanned, go to Curology.com/unplanned for this free offer. That's Curology, Curology.com/unplanned. Trial is 30 days, applied only to your first box. Subject to consultation. New subscribers only.
Back to the episode.
Well, we just got done with a surprise trip, didn't we,
Yeah,
Matt?
we surprised Brendan in Knoxville, Tennessee. He had literally no idea we were coming.
Zero clue.
I flew in. Garrett called me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go surprise Brendan in Knoxville." I'm like, "Okay, when are you doing it?" He's like, "Tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I asked Abby, I was like, "This is really random, but we're gonna go surprise Brendan. Can I go?" And I was like, "I know it's gonna be a no, so like it's all good." And she was like, "No, you should go." And I'm like, "Are you serious? Are you cool?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so I ended up buying a flight that day, and we surprised you.
It was a blast.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
He didn't know how to act.
I didn't know what to do. I don't like surprises because I like to get excited for things. So then my brain was just like, my brain didn't stop running that whole night. Like I couldn't even sleep because I was just so excited. And so like I couldn't settle down until like a day and a half into the trip. And then at that point it was halfway through the trip. But yes, I was very surprised.
Well, granted,
and shocked.
like either of us had been out there like visiting.
Well, the funniest thing is at first, Garrett, you were like, "Hey, what if do you want to go snowboarding with me in Colorado?" And I was like, "Yes, let's do it." And you're like, "Just kidding, let's go snowboarding in North Carolina."
Okay,
and because we'll surprise Brendan. And I was like, "Okay, I love Brendan, so I want to do the surprise for Brendan, but the snowboarding's going to be crap in North Carolina."
Yeah.
And it was, dude.
It was.
It even snowed. Like we got what, 4 inches of snow?
3 inches.
3 inches, and it was crap.
Yeah.
Like not to bash on North Carolina, beautiful state, really nice people, love North Carolina, but that resort was just like, it was just a glorified hill. Let's be honest, and it was freaking cold.
It was.
It was better than Hidden Valley.
And that's when you
That's
guys
right.
got me to quit dry January.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And I just
Yes.
failed I just failed dry February about 30 minutes ago when Garrett was like, "Take the freaking shot, Matt." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I will." So here we go again. Now I have to do a dry March.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, peer pressure's great. It's a great thing. If
you know what they
good.
say is if you surround yourself with great friends, they'll influence you, in positive ways.
Yep. And here we are. Honestly, your bachelor party was kind of, it was all right.
Yeah.
Brendan
you
and
you didn't think it was the best bachelor party you've ever been to?
Yeah, it's just not the best.
Would you say, so if you ranked my bachelor party amongst other bachelor parties, would you say it was like the best ever
It's better than mine.
or or some of the worst bachelor parties you've been
It was
to?
better than mine.
Okay.
That's saying nothing because you didn't have one.
Oh, you didn't have one.
I would say,
Garrett, where would mine lie on the list?
I would say, man, given our age, it was a good time.
Okay.
It was.
But you're
We made
basically
it work.
saying it was like the worst bachelor
Oh, I
party
just
you've
feel
ever
like we
been
were
to.
limited in like where we could go. You know what I mean?
I mean, nobody could we couldn't fly to Vegas or go to Nashville or anything.
Right.
And it was like
But that was
February in winter.
Did it kill the vibe? I
No, it
love
was
the man,
March.
but did it kill the vibe that my dad was there?
No, that actually made it more fun.
Really?
Given our age, yeah.
I think he paid for all of us to eat.
That's
at dinner.
why
Yeah,
I
it
really
was
liked
awesome.
it.
Oh, we paid for golfing too.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Shout out to John.
Shout out,
He's
John.
probably watching this right now. Love
Way
you,
to
Dad.
go.
Saving money. Love you.
You and your dad are very similar.
Really?
Like more than you realize. The way you talk, like you have these little you have these John mannerisms.
What is that? What do
I don't
do?
even know. It's just like in the moment when you just say the goofiest thing you've ever heard. And I'm like, wow, that was your father that just came on you. Like, I feel like Abby's the same
Brendan,
way.
you're completely out of your camera right now. You're like way out. Get back in your camera, dude. You're off.
I feel like Abby's the same
I'm
way.
off in a lot of ways. My eyes are tearing up because I'm so tired.
I'm
from
so
skiing all day.
sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not sleepy.
We're doing an all nighter, dude. Until Garrett flies out at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
We're staying up. We're watching movies.
That sounds great.
We're gonna have
It's
a fun
gonna be
time.
an early one.
Dude, that sucks.
It's gonna be Are you driving me or is Brendan?
We'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that after.
Maybe you should both drive me so that you.
I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
then I
so
feel-
we get it. My bachelor party wasn't that great, but it was still a fun time.
It was a fun time. I feel like we made it happen. It was a great group of guys.
Wasn't the wedding a freaking party though?
It was a blast.
I feel like it was like really. I don't want to be. I'm sure I'm biased, but like it was a party. Everybody was dancing. The dance floor was going crazy the whole time.
You can thank Brendan and I for that.
Thank you.
We
Yes.
went hard.
You guys were sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
You had sweat dripping off your shirts. You guys brought like party hats. I think you had like
We had Bass Pro hats and cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Because we had not yet acquired cowboy hats.
Well, I had.
I didn't. I had one. I just didn't bring it with me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, we had just come from camp. We were counselors together that
camp
summer.
Counselors and drove
where
in.
we had trained to start parties with no alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And so we
got the kids going.
You guys
dude. We
are
were
right.
fun.
I think you guys were a big part of why the dance floor was popping off.
Dude, people were happy for you guys.
Yeah.
It was a good
lost
time.
a solid 4 pounds.
We were
So did Bob.
We were disgustingly sweaty.
What did you guys do after Abby and I drove off? We left promptly at 9:00.
We did an all-nighter. Not an all-nighter, but we hung out with some of the bridesmaids. But we had to head out at like 6 a.m. the next morning and drive a 6-hour drive back. So we stayed up way too late.
We stayed with my now in-laws.
Yes,
before
we did stay with
I
his
was
in-laws.
dating Kara, my now wife.
Wow.
That night.
Wow.
Yeah.
We started making TikToks in like around when like COVID hit that next year. What were you guys up to during that time?
Cut from podcast. We had a good time.
Yeah, what did you guys? Because I'm over here making TikTok dances in our teeny apartment with Abby during COVID, and were you guys just like living
we
it
got
up?
really good at playing cornhole and curling 12 ounces.
Yeah. I was working on like remote at the time.
Okay.
Classes were online.
Okay.
We were just at home in the house that we all lived in together.
Yeah.
And we just had nothing to do. So and no one did. So we just would have close friends over and just play cornhole and hang out, have fires, have some drinks.
What did you guys think about Abby and I being TikTokers?
Yeah. There was some great comedy. I mean, we laughed a lot. You guys were cringy, man. It was awesome.
We doubted you every second of the way, just like your best friends should. Because if your friends aren't doubting you, you aren't doing it right.
Is there a specific video that you were like, that was the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life?
Oh my gosh. That's a great question.
Can't say I've watched that many of the videos.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I've limited it to the reels and TikToks, but I haven't committed, I don't think, to a full YouTube video
yet. Of the
like
2 videos I've actually watched, 3.
Okay.
I think there was one whenever you guys were in St. Louis at your house.
When was this?
It was a long time
Was this during
ago.
COVID?
Dude, you guys looked you were so like, we watched it the other day when we were looking up your music video.
Really?
Or like trying to. And it like popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys look like kids.
Isn't that weird? You look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I was a child.
Yeah.
We all looked really young.
Oh yeah. We all did. I mean,
I like skinnier. I mean, I did.
It's true.
Yeah. But wait, so was that video cringy? Or like, what did you...
Dude, a little bit.
What was it about?
I don't know.
This was a YouTube video? Or
yeah,
what is this?
it was like about each other, I think. Like,
Okay.
just asking each other questions. And
All the sappy ones.
Here's the deal,
are
it's
rough
fun
to
because
watch.
you guys were younger. And so it's like you hadn't had kids yet. You hadn't been married, I don't think. And so...
Okay. No,
some
we
of
were
these things,
definitely married at that time.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, we were married.
Yeah, I just felt like you guys were like still
It was-
in a way learning about each other.
It
Then
was
what-
really weird from our position in the sense of like we knew all the information you were presenting, like in the sense of like we knew you guys super well.
Yeah.
In the sense
And
of
then
like,
you're like sharing it in a public format, and it's just like, I mean, it's you guys were pretty honest to who you were. That's been one of the cooler things.
It
It's
has.
like when people ask me like, oh, you know Matt Howard, I'm like, he's exactly like he is on his videos.
right. Right. He's
Which
just like,
should tell you something.
so Matt, okay, here's how you know Matt's thinking a lot is when he does this. When his fingers
My
get
fingers,
going.
yeah, I do weird finger
dude,
stuff.
your mind is going
I do this.
1,000 miles. Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which like you both like have like crazy minds that go 1,000 places all at once.
Abby tells me to like stop tapping on the car because I'll be like tapping a beat to a song.
Yeah. It's excessive. Sometimes I'd
get-
like stop you guys and be like, but that's why you guys would talk so much, is because it was like a constant rabbit hole.
I get in trouble
Like-
at church. Like I'll play with anything that I carry. So Ashlyn, like my wife, has been trying to get me like quiet toys, like to play with. But even then, like I still make them too loud. So like I've played with a knife, like a pocket knife I had in my pocket, and I cut myself in church. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm bleeding now. It's like Jesus' blood. Woo.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But yes, I have the same problem. Just
so it's like Abby have like things with like noise because I feel like
she does, dude. I have to be careful with my chewing because I think it's called misophonia, where like you hate the sound of chewing, and she hates it so much that like sometimes her own chewing will bother her, so I just have to keep my mouth closed.
She used to get mad at me all the time for smacking my food
for your chewing. Yeah,
she would like actually yell at me. Abby's like very sassy, like very. But
wait,
like,
so do you feel like that's a side of Abby that people don't see on social media?
I don't know. Does she show it on social media?
I
don't have social media, so
I
don't know.
You don't even watch the videos.
I don't even watch the videos.
Okay, well, I mean, I'd say this: Abby is like a boss queen.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
but in a good way.
Probably like in a good way. Like she says no, you're like, oh shoot.
You're like, all right. She's definitely like Abby's always been like the mom. Like when she says something, you're like, yeah, all right. You know, there's a good point. Like with like smacking my food, like she would yell at me like, all right,
she's a spitfire, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it keeps you in check for sure.
You need a spitfire.
You definitely need Abby. You need a strong woman. Because you go on these wild tangents that someone who's got a strong will brings you back from.
A special person was created just for you.
Right.
Okay, thank you,
and
Brendan.
it is Abby.
Thank you
because
so much.
no one else could fit that job.
Dude, it's been a lot of fun seeing you guys become parents, though.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
That really means a lot.
I feel like you love your kids. And I feel you've been able to see Abby love being a mom, which has been cool. Because, like, she's got that teacher in her, you know? And, like, I feel like she has a heart for kids. And, like, I don't know. I feel like even when we were on the slopes today, like, you were just constantly talking about Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
Was I? Actually?
Yes. You're like, I want to do this with Griffin. I was like, what about me?
Yeah, we're like, we're here, dude.
I guess talk about.
I'm right here. I'm your friend.
Dude, like every kid you saw, like the smallest
Brendan, you're
skis.
still like literally falling out of frame. Scoot
Crack
in.
of the couch has gotten
Scoot in, dude. Scoot in. What are you doing?
Brendan's just like a slime.
How
He's
did
like a
you-
piece of slime,
hey,
dude.
So scoot over. Just scoot over on the couch.
trying to
Brendan
hide
just
my
likes to
chins.
snuggle up. He's a snuggly
Snuggle
dude.
up to Garrett.
Dude,
Well, hi,
Brendan
Garrett.
would like always come into my room. He did this morning at like
Yeah,
6 a.m.
I did crawl
And he
over
just
him
crawls in my bed. The first guy, you never did that.
Did
to
you
me.
guys share a bed last night?
No.
No, we
You
didn't.
shared a bed at my house the night before?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
We're used to like sleeping with
like
our
waking
wives.
up in
So
the
it's
morning.
like,
We shared
and
a bed on
waking
the
him
boy
up.
strip in
we did.
in,
Yeah, we slept in the back of my truck in
Yeah.
North Carolina.
We're like cheek to
during
cheek
like
in
a
there.
tornado. That was great. We stayed up way too late
Yeah,
talking.
dude.
It was.
Like we're doing now, but it's okay.
I feel like that's a fun theme.
Have you guys seen Abby and I evolve? I mean, obviously now we're parents, but like, what else have you seen like evolve with us or evolve with me?
How the hell you live with your in-laws?
Real? Oh, you don't get it at all.
No, I could never do that. Like, I love my in-laws, but like, there's a beautiful thing in having your own space. You know, it's like I love spending time with them, and same with my parents. Like, I love my in-laws. I love my parents. I love when I see. I don't know how you guys live together in the same house. So props to you guys.
Great question, dude.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just personality types. There's certain people that it's easier to live with. Other people, not so much. I love my parents dearly, but I don't think it'd work with my parents. But for whatever reason, it works with Lori and Matt for some
Awesome,
reason.
dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're crazy. I can't even live with my own parents when I was single. I did it for like 2 months.
Did they get
My
into your
parents are great.
Why? Did they get into your business a lot, or what
No.
happened? Why did what?
They were there.
They were just there.
They were
Okay.
just
There.
there.
That is one of those reasons why, like, even though I dropped out of college, by the way, I think you guys probably didn't see that coming, me dropping out. But yeah, I don't know. I think I like that I went to college
Idiot.
because I learned how to be independent. And I loved that. Like, I loved that independence from my parents and, like, not being told what to do, but I could decide what I wanted to do.
I hope when you're 45 and you're trying to interview for a job and I'm sitting there looking at your resume and going, Psh, don't even have a college degree. Scrub.
Did you guys see that coming? Me dropping out?
Oh man, I don't know. I didn't ever feel like you were going to be
If
successful
you
because
start
of the degree
making
you
money,
had.
you can drop out. It's
Right.
That's fair. Like, I mean, if you start a business, which you did, but your business was making cute couple videos. No offense.
Well, here's the deal.
Business works.
What did he study though? You were acting in business. Like that's what you're doing now. So it's like you're utilizing the things that you're good
Yeah.
at and you're passionate about. So it makes sense for you.
Yeah. Which I guess, like, it's acting, but the reason I liked acting was because it was a part of entertainment,
right?
And that's what I do now. But that's the scary part about social media is like we're super vulnerable on here.
Yeah.
Like you guys just said. I mean, people ask you if I'm the same as I am in the videos, and you're like, yes, he is. And that's what's scary is like you really put yourself out there, and it's scary that people know all these things about you. You know, and it's weird. We were talking today on the slopes. I was like, I have to be careful what I say sometimes because people might take something out of context, and I just never know if somebody right next to me knows who I am.
Right.
And I was so happy. We ran into some people that watch Abby and I's videos
you
today.
You were not helping him on the slopes.
Which here's the deal, like you help him, dude. It's honestly so weird whenever people notice you in public.
Really, it is.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
Why is it weird?
Because you're Matt.
Because you're not famous in our eyes. You're just Matt. You're just like you're just a guy. Like
I'm just a guy.
You're just a guy who like makes videos and talks.
Isn't that everybody though? Isn't that anybody? Like anyone you could think of, any singer, social media person, like everyone is just a guy or just a girl.
It's true.
Right?
I feel like we like we like to look up to people, you know what I mean?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
That one guy that we met on the slopes that literally chases Peyton Manning down to get his
that was weird.
That was crazy,
bro.
I
didn't know what to say to that guy.
Over 100 autographs, right?
Yeah, we met a guy on the slopes that's had he sells autographs from Peyton Manning, and he's had over 100, and he just like tracks him down.
And every football game, and he
creepy.
trying and like. A lot of times he knows when Peyton Manning's going to say yes. He knows when he's going to say no.
And he blends into the crowd so Peyton Manning doesn't know that it's him doing his 100th autograph because Peyton Manning doesn't want to just give those out to people like him to go out and sell them.
Right, and he doesn't like personalize it so he can like resell them.
Exactly. He does not want it to someone's name.
Unless he has a seller or like a buyer ready.
Yeah.
Then he'll like...
Dude, you meet some interesting guys on the slopes. That guy that just randomly offered you a shot.
Yeah,
he was like, hey, I'm about to... Was he taking a dab? What was that? I don't know what it was in his pen, but he had some sort of pen with something in it, and then he offered you a shot.
He offered all of us a fireball shot.
I didn't. No, he didn't. He only had one.
Oh, he only had one.
Really?
Otherwise, I would have had one.
Yeah.
Freaking jerk.
And this is why I failed Dry January. right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
that's funny. I think it's so funny that you guys. I guess like I've kind of gotten used to it. Like I get used to people being like, oh hey, are you Matt? Like I listen to your podcast or whatever. So it's funny like when you guys are like, that's so weird because it's something that it's just kind of I guess more a part of my life now, which is weird. You know,
it is weird. It's like I don't see you like differently at all.
Yeah. But. And I don't view myself differently. My thing is I just want to make sure that I'm kind to everybody I run into because I never want to. I want to make someone have a good day. Like I really hope that they have a good day. And like today, there's a girl that was like, "Hey Matt, I love your videos," and I was like, "Thanks." And I was like, "Crap, I just said thanks. I should have said something like way nicer to them because that was really nice of them to say hi to me."
You were going 20 miles per hour.
I was also snowboarding 20 miles per hour. But like, I don't know. I want to make sure, not that I'm like anything special, but I just want to make sure that I don't know, make their day better in some way.
What's it like making content as a dad? Like, what was that? Like, was there a change at all in your, like, mentality?
Dude, yeah, really, really good question. So, where we saw our channel going was just, like, more videos of, like, if you look at the content we were making, it was all couples content, and then we got pregnant, and people were interested in that. And it's like, oh, we'll make more videos about the pregnancy. And then we have kids, and people are so interested in our kids. And so I saw it going down a path of being like fully focused on our kids because people are like so interested in our kids. And I get it. I love my kids. They're awesome. They're so much fun. And I freaking love I'm obsessed with my kids. I love my kids so much. But then I realized, oh my gosh, I can see this like going into a way where our business then revolves around our kids and their lives, but maybe they're not okay with that. And so it really made us check ourselves and made us like think through how we wanted to approach that. And so we just didn't want to get anywhere near the line of like what's okay and what's not okay, because I don't think there's anything wrong with showing your kids on social media, but we just decided to take a big step back from that line and said, okay, we're not going to like really show their faces, at least for now, because we want to really evaluate what we're doing and make decisions that are best for them, because we really care about our children and we want to be the best parents we possibly can be, and that's more important to us than anything. So,
dude, I feel like the thing that I've like enjoyed with you guys is like, even though like our lives, like you're on the East Coast now, you're on the West Coast, I'm
in the middle of the United States.
In the middle of the United States in Missouri. It's like I feel like it's been cool to like, even though our lives look different, we're still like making a point to get together and do these trips.
I love that.
That's been probably one of the most fun things, is like planning these trips, showing up, like catching up, and not making excuses, because like it's super easy to like
so easy.
make excuses.
We're all busy, dude. You're busy. You're busy. I'm busy. Like we could easily all just say, sorry, can't hang, can't do it. But we are making the effort to make these happen, and I think you're so right. That's how relationships live on, because it's so easy for them to die.
Right.
And I've had a lot of relationships in my life die out because it's not bad. It's not that you don't like the person.
Sure.
You just forget to put in the work to the relationship, and you move away and you just never talk to that person ever again. So I agree. I love that we're like making the effort to visit each other and do these sporadic boys trips. And, you know, I'm super, super thankful for that.
Yeah. I think what's cool is like none of our relationships revolve around business or work or and so it's like we can like actually just show up and not be whatever we do all the time. Like we can just be friends.
Yeah.
And like that's what I've enjoyed on our trips the most. Like we don't have to think about work, even though we could talk about things like that we're thinking about.
Does
and like
this not work?
You know, this is just hanging out. You know, sure.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I think intentionality is super important, and I do appreciate how intentional you guys are. Especially, you guys made me feel incredibly loved. Being my first two friends to come out that weren't family, all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee, to come see me. And so that made me feel really loved, like moved me to tears. I'm not getting emotional. Stop looking at me like that.
Well, dude, we love you. Like we
do.
We care about you. And I'm so glad that it meant a lot. Like, I'll be honest, dude, I don't know why, but I didn't think through the fact that that would mean so much to you. Obviously it would.
I didn't either.
Like, obviously us.
Right.
I flew across the United States of America to come visit you on the East Coast. Garrett drove 12 hours in his truck.
It was over 9.
Which we slept in the woods of, you know, the Smoky Mountains. Yet, like, I don't know why we didn't think through that. And, like, of course that would mean a lot to you. And it did. And so I'm so glad that it meant a lot. And I had so much fun. I didn't go to visit you to go snowboarding. Like, I went there for you.
I didn't go to go snowboarding.
None of us did.
Yeah. And I was telling you guys this the other day. It's like, it's all about the people that you're with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could go on a trip. Yeah, I could go snowboarding by myself right now in Utah by myself. But it wouldn't be fun if I wasn't with you guys or with friends that I cared about. And so, like, doing things together. Like, I saw somebody once, one of my friends on social media, like, went to Disney World by themselves. And I was like, that would be so sad to go on a trip by yourself, nobody to share it with. Yeah. I would rather go shovel poop with you guys than go to Disney World by myself. It'd be more fun. It's like, it's the people that you're with.
Yeah.
There's a
lot of people that are like solo trip advocates.
Really?
It's like a thing.
You're kidding.
No. And I don't understand it. Like, I love shared experiences.
I could get behind it if you're going to like random places and you're trying to meet people. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could see.
But like, again, it still revolves around people.
But I feel like we all, every time we go somewhere, we make friends. Like, you're like that. I'm like that. Matt, you're like that. Like, we're all like very relational people. Like,
my favorite, we were meeting Brendan's friends in Knoxville, and one of them opened up about he only tips $2 at restaurants. I'm like, what restaurants are you going to where you only tip $2? And then we found out he hasn't like taken a girl out on a date. I'm like, okay, if you take a girl on a date, freaking tip more than $2.
Yeah. People are trying to pay their bills, dude. Hey, tipping's a little out of control.
Okay, do you want to talk about that?
We should talk about that.
What do you guys think about when you go to a coffee shop, you get your coffee and they go, hey, quick question for you, and they hand you the little kiosk?
They like shame you into like paying.
What do you think about that? Do you guys tip for coffee?
Depends how broke the barista looks. It's like, man, they haven't showered in a minute.
Actually,
here's $1. I'm sorry.
There's a bar of soap.
Oh, that's so
Dang.
good.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I always tip 20% at restaurants. Even when I get horrible service, I'm always tipping 20% because I was a server. I know how hard it is to be a server.
Right.
Always tipping 20%. The thing is, though, where I get iffy is with other services. So if you go to a restaurant where like you go to the front and you pay and like order your food there, so it's not like you have a server, but then they like bring it out to you. I don't know what the rule is there, so I just do 10. I just do 10%.
Yeah.
But the thing that throws me off is the coffee, because I'm like, it's a coffee, you know.
What about Smoothie King? Do you tip at Smoothie King?
I don't go to Smoothie King. I don't think we
Okay.
have that in
Yeah, but
Arizona.
like let's say
But
like
like-
a protein shake place.
Dude, it's honestly a 50-50. If
If they
don't.
ask you, are you more likely to tip?
You know, usually what I try to do is like for things like that, I try to do like 10% or I don't know. Like when I get takeout food, I do 10% because I'm like, I want to, support the people that work at this business, but I'm not having a server. No one's waiting on me and filling up my water. So,
Right.
I'll do 10%, but it's tricky. It has gotten a little out of control though. Cause I feel like everywhere you go now, it's always, what do you want to tip?
I think sometimes it's like a scapegoat for like businesses not to pay their employees.
That's what bugs me though, dude.
That's
because
what I don't
I
like.
think businesses should just pay their workers a fair wage.
Right.
And I don't think the tipping should fall on the consumer. I think it should be built into the price.
Right.
Let's end on the puka shell story.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
the puka shell story. So I cringed every time I saw Matt with the puka shell necklace. Like I saw
Everyone
it, and
did.
it reminded me of like a early 2000s Australian TV show where there's a surfer boy on there. It's like the mermaid shows.
That's why I wore it, dude. I thought it was so sick. I wanted to be a surfer as a kid.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I can live in a house with a guy like this.
And I only wore tank tops.
Only
Oh
wore tank
gosh,
tops.
that was worse.
and nothing matched.
Finish your story, Brendan.
okay,
Yeah.
puka shell
Necklace. It goes missing.
Focus. Okay.
I was so upset. I lost my puka shell necklace, and I think this happened multiple times actually, right? Because this was my prize
No,
necklace.
You probably lost it a couple times before.
Yeah.
But I saw it on a desk, and I grabbed it and I took it and I put it like in one of my drawers.
Yeah.
Till a year later, after his wedding, it was
No,
he
okay.
hadn't found it, and no, I think it was a
buried
year.
that
I think
thing.
it was a year and a half or 2
No,
years.
dude, I think it was at the wedding that you pulled out a gift for me. You're like, Matt, this is a
no,
gift.
no.
Oh, okay.
I think I held on to it until we found out you were going to Hawaii, and I gave it back to
Oh my gosh.
because I was like, "Oh, this is a great going
and
away
dude,
gift."
and I started wearing it, and it broke the first month in Hawaii. I was so sad.
May have been my fault.
I don't know. I feel like
I did like cosplay, like, "Oh, I'm Matt Howard."
oh my gosh.
If you haven't already followed their channels, go.
You won't find
Do you guys? People,
Please follow me.
I don't
at
think Garrett has
Pornhub.
any social media at all. Do you have any social media?
I have a LinkedIn.
Follow Ashlyn McKenna Photo.
Oh yes, plug your
Yo.
wife's photography in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And if you need a wedding photographer,
That's
you'll
true.
never see me, but she's much better than me
Dude.
because she puts up with me, so
Yep.
she can put up with you.
Genius.
What
Garrett,
her
plug
ad
your
is.
wife. What do you want to say about your wife?
Kara Marie now. She's an interior designer.
Murray?
Find her on Instagram.
Kara now.
She designs the interiors.
Yes.
Thank you for coming
Screw
on the
this
Unplanned
podcast.
We don't need the fame. We don't
Matt-
need the followers.
Matt, you provide nothing to society.
Here's one thing you'll never not have, and that's a humbling response from us. We will roast you forever.
see, here's the thing. This is we are Matt's haters. We hate on him so much that he succeeds despite us.
Yeah.
So, as I'm continuing on my insult, you provide no value to society.
Hey, what's the quote though? What's the quote? It's
Wait,
like-
yeah, what's that quote
it's-
about like crap talking your friends
You
to their
wrote it
face?
down.
You said you took a screenshot on your phone. You were like, I'm going to share this on the podcast. It's really important to me.
True, it's like true friends. Like
Yeah, but then my ADHD, I forgot. And
No,
I saw
look it up,
some
look it up. You know
dogs,
the
and I was
quote.
like, ooh, cute.
true friend.
We were talking about this
come on.
today.
You got it.
Pull up the quote, Brendan.
90% of being a dude is making fun of your friends to their face and rooting for them behind their backs. Braxton McCoy.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love
I don't
that.
know who that guy is, but he has a cool hat.
3, 2, 1. Peace out, dudes.
Peace out, dude.